I want you to know that at this point in time, I made a significant mistake. That was it. That was a terrible idea. I had the game set to normal for the doors because all the enemies have a lot of health, and keeping it on hard makes them go up a little bit too much. I forgot that Wendy, I believe, has the most health out of any boss in the game. At all. Ever. And this had some dire ramifications on what was to come. Although I suppose it was a little less of a mistake, given that I didn't know that it was Wendy at the time. Anyway, Samurai. NIER puts on a nice suit of armor. Got red accents. Actually looks like he's ready to go out shade slaying. And while we're here, I also remembered what we actually picked up last time. The Fool's Lament. It is a heavy sword, a very powerful two-handed weapon, again, shaped like Angelus. And when I say very powerful, I mean, it is the single most powerful weapon in the game. You can see that it starts with 400 attack, you upgrade it once, it goes to 730, you get to its third level, it's 999. I believe that the second strongest is like 820? So it's kind of excessive. Also, our loading buddy is now Kaine. She's actually my favorite. On a different note...
Hey.
I guess I already gave this up. Popola's sending us off to the Aerie. Yeah, I think we get the idea. In retrospect, I kind of like how Popola specifies every town in the land, and there's only 3 other people to talk to, and nobody else really cared. It's kind of sad, Popola. I guess there's no sense trying to make sense of things. Oh, NIER. Yeah, I'm sure you will. The Aerie. I will always have issues with the Aerie. It is an awful, terrible place. Intentionally so, which puts it above a lot of other awful, terrible places in a lot of other games.
The Aerie, huh? Alright, let's go see the chief.
What a soul-crushing place.
I agree with you, Vice. Soul-crushing indeed. And here's our party. Kinda has that nice purpley thing. Has actually armored herself. Well, she'd began to anyway. And she's got a nice haircut. Look at that haircut. Emil, meanwhile, has one of those neat samurai helmets and a naginata. And I, for my part, have an extremely abrupt jump cut. Editing.
I cannot fathom that village opening a mercantile. They must have truly opened their minds.
You think so? I have my doubts. Aren't you glad to be going back home, Kaine?
That place is a shithole.
Don't be so nervous, Kaine. We'll protect you.
I got me taken care of. Worry about protecting yourself.
Ooh, the village. It's home to so many terrible little memories, isn't it, Kaine?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
I forgot Tyron's line was literally blah ha ha. All caps. Tyron is great. Oh, and Kaine's trip. She's the best trip.
We do not desire needless conflict. If we can continue to live with humans,
then we can continue to live peacefully.
but that man will come. Yes, that man will come. He will kill us all. He will kill our women and children.
What should we do? What can we do?
Right, the Aerie. The Aerie Shades. The Aerie is a very odd place. And in retrospect, I'm still not sure I quite get it. I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. If you grasp what I'm getting at. They start off with that whole thing about how that guy will come and murder everybody, including the women and children, which is true, but you got a letter from them. So, somebody in the Aerie sent the letter. And then I forgot where I was actually supposed to go. Why do they have these giant spools over here? Anyway, the letter. They send the letter to you, Popola gives it to you, and I might almost buy the idea that Popola, being the one trying to manipulate you into the Shadow Lord's castle in a weird roundabout kind of way, might have forged the letter herself and given it to you, except then you talk to these people, and
Man, I was so tired of holding up indoors.
Clearly aren't trying very hard to tell you that they didn't get the letter. I mean, you know, the two of them try and say, "Oh, you said sweater? Oh no, letter. Sorry, I don't understand." Which implies that they know what the letter is about, so they tried to lure you here to kill you before you can kill them. Except if they want peace, then why would they try and kill you? And why do they put the most spastic guard on duty? I don't follow. And when I say I get the point of the area, I mean I get the point of the area, I'm just... The setup is very odd. And this will come up again a bit later on. I think it's that because the area is such a patently awful place, no matter what, they were trying to develop some amount of sympathy by basically saying that the Shades just want to live in peace, but they went a little too far in the wrong direction.
Hey.
Especially because, you know, you get this dialogue with some of the other people who are clearly not happy with the situation and are not Shades, and don't want to be Shades. Do not want to be shaded, as it were. And this chief just has issues. I mean, I get what they're going for. I get the idea that this is kind of a parallel to, in general, replicant society, who doesn't really want to get involved in Shades and just wants to live their life and not invite, you know, murderous shadow beasts into their houses. It's just weird. Just really weird. My point is that I'm still not entirely sure who sent the letter, why they sent it exactly, what's going on, and this guard really should have been relieved like an hour ago. His shift is probably up. He's tired and cranky and doesn't know what he's talking about. The guard we're going to talk to about a minute, not... I'm lined up with the video, trust me. There's not really any point to talk to anybody else. They don't have any new dialogue. In fact, the area is, I won't say devoid of new dialogue, but it doesn't have a whole lot to offer. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. He knows about the letter, but he tries to play it off like he doesn't know. Oh god, Amelia, your neck. About the letter. He doesn't know about the letter. And then he segues into this thing about Kaine, and then asks if they hunt shades, and this is just inviting disaster. So, my best guess is that most of the shades here didn't want to get involved in anything, but some of them, the ones that violently possess people, might have been trying to set up a poorly conceived trap.
Oh, crap.
Look out! This man is a shade.
I think that's the best thing I can stick with.
It's a trap!
I thought as
Thank you,
much.
Admiral Akbar.
They've been possessed somehow!
Keep your guard up. Others are surely lurking nearby.
Get them!
What? I got bored.
1,000 apologies. We were distracted by the local welcoming party.
Mind if I join you?
A carnival of murder? I love it.
Kaine, the villagers are possessed.
But not all of them. Some are still human, so be careful.
Tyron, meanwhile, is having the time of his life.
Please, I beg of you.
Now, I didn't remember that particular bit of dialogue coming up last time we were here. I'm sure it does, and this is just a little bit more randomized for some reason, but I don't recall hearing it. Meanwhile...
Help us, please! We aren't safe!
See, the Aerie does have something very good to offer here, and it is what I think makes this entire scenario worthwhile. It's confusing. Try and think about it. But the Aerie is the place where you have the most obvious change of perspective. Like, you can still hear the people shouting that we're not shades and help us, but, like, in particular, that guy who just yelled, "Get them!"
What's wrong?
You think that he's telling your party to get the shades, but there's a very real chance that he is instead telling the shades to get your party. That's not the best one, though, but it's pretty neat how this action winds up playing out. If ever we get to it, because oh, these things have way too much HP.
Who are the humans?
That's a bad question, my friend.
It's all over. The village is wiped out.
Kaine?
Put down that weapon. Please, I beg of you.
Okay.
Get out of here! No! I'm not going to abandon my sister!
Kaine, who are they?
Don't believe her. This woman's a shade.
My sister! No! You people are the true monsters!
Stay back. Your sister is one of them now.
I don't
don't care! She's my sister and I love her! Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
It is you who have lost your humanity. You are the true monsters!
What madness. These people are behaving as if we are the villains.
You are the first ones. You are the ones who should die.
Kaine, look out!
Kill them! Kill them now!
No! You've got to stop this! We're trying to save you from the shades! Please, please stop!
Emil!
We need to get out of here. Kaine! Kaine, get up! Hurry!
Oh, the little vixen has finally run out of steam. Is it my turn now? Are you sure about that, sunshine?
And the shades in their tirade with the immortal line, Grarg. And now that
Put down that weapon, please. I beg of you.
And now that I'm watching this again, it kind of occurs to me that the shades here might be undergoing relapse, because their big, huge, yelling thing there made absolutely no sense. Or at least one of them might be undergoing relapse, which will explain why Wendy is so disassociated from itself, I suppose? It has an identity crisis almost as soon as it appears, so that might be why. Don't be so pessimistic, buddy. We're here now. You guys are gonna be Oh
god. Help us, please! We aren't safe!
I was lucky.
That's my husband. He's a shade.
There's the one. That particular line, obviously, as soon as you come back here, in your first game, it sounds like she's telling you that her husband got turned into a shade, and, you know, you gotta get with Stabby. Obviously, that is not the case.
Put down that weapon.
She is trying to tell you that her husband is a shade. Stop attacking him. And I do apologize, lady, but he might have been one of the dozen or so that have already fallen off the cliff. My bad.
I blame you for all this!
Why? I blame that guard, personally.
Help us, please! We aren't safe!
I mean, if that guy hadn't just flipped his shit at the end there, we would not be having this issue. Just said, hey, are you a shade fight? And we would say, yep, and he would say, oh, that's neat. Go on our way. Confused. And none the wiser. And with a lot less dead people. Here we go. I'm still not entirely sure what the trigger chance is on that. It kind of seems like it must be...
Sis! Sis!
Enemy-based? Or time-based? One or the other. And I seem to recall the first time I did this last
Put down
game...
that weapon. Please, I beg
well,
of you.
no, it might come up later on. I just seem to recall the dialogue might have been a little bit different.
Who are the humans?
Human, singular. It's Skeleton Kid. See, Gestalts are no longer considered actual humans, and replicants aren't actually humans, so you have to find somebody who, until recently, still had an actual human body and a real human soul. And what do you know? It's the crazy Archmage Lich thing. So sorry, shades that are shouting about humanity. Your point isn't as valid as you would like to think.
I can't stand it anymore!
Meanwhile, my fight against this thing basically involves me falling off this platform a lot.
Ow, Mom, it hurts! What's wrong?
A lot.
Beaten! This is all your fault!
Well, that one guard's giving it a go, though. I like that guy. That guy's alright.
Wait! I can't deal with this! I don't want to see anybody!
And I like that woman, too. That is possibly the best reaction to everything just going straight to hell.
Put down that weapon! Please! I beg of you!
Anyway, this fight's about as interesting as it ever was. And this thing has a lot more HP.
Mom, it hurts! What's wrong?
So we'll just move ahead to the child abuse lines, and try and finish this thing.
The village is burnt down.
What's that?
This beast a shade as well?
That thing sucked up the villagers.
We have to stop! We killed them all! I can't!
Garlic
I feel
clove?
something from within the bowl.
Or flour? I'm gonna stick by radish. I don't know. Oh, I forgot that happened.
Is this the true power of the shades?
This
It will take more than
this
a
is
barrage
slightly
of
alarming.
magic to stop us. The first to waver is the first to die.
Yeah, this gets a little insane.
I sense magic coming from the middle of that eye.
Right, Wendy, let me try and talk about this thing itself. Wendy is basically a super shade. It is a conglomerate of a bunch of shades, because they can do that. And we've seen a couple of super shades before. Hook was one of them, big lizard buddy that crushed Kaine's grandma. The Knave of Hearts, the thing that attacked the village. And, not seen yet in this playthrough, but last time, Goose was also, basically a super shade sort of thing. And in a manner of speaking, from the short story, the Mermaid Princess, sorry, the little girl there was also kinda sorta super shade, although she was more composed of, replicant souls than other gestalts. And what I believe happens here with Wendy is that, unlike the other shades, it didn't really plan on this happening. Like, Goose went into it fully knowing that she was going to be eating the little bulb things and took charge of the situation, so she had a personality at the front. And Hook, as far as I'm aware, is just completely batshit. Everything involved in him was insanity and sadism. And I imagine, though I can't be sure, that the Knave of Hearts was specially formulated, so to speak, by the Shadow Lord for him to infiltrate the village. Wendy here, it kind of just happens. And it feels like it wasn't supposed to happen. And therefore, it's not really sure what it's doing with itself either. And as I said earlier, it kind of sounds like that particular shade that was speaking is sentient, but not quite all there. Although I might be giving the script a little too much credit on that one. But it kind of seems like it's about to undergo a panicky relapse mode. And if other shades are doing that, then when they all come together in this big radish consciousness, it stands to reason that said radish might not be all there either. And then again, 100 people suddenly becoming one Legion eyeball thing is a bit disconcerting to begin with, so maybe Wendy just has issues. Now, this is the part where I said I made a fatal mistake at the beginning. I set this to hard mode again so that I could, fight without killing the bosses too quickly. Unfortunately, Wendy has obscene amounts of HP. A lot of power behind its finisher page. And this phase of the fight, this part where you're trying to kill it down to half HP and then finish it off, finally move on to the bit with the laser beams, took 20 minutes. It took 20 minutes. I cut 15 from this part of the fight. And it still goes on forever. Look at this, what am I even talking about anymore? I don't know. Sentient radishes. I did at least want to get to the first finisher.
Defeating the smaller enemies has no effect on the leader. Now,
just to
focus
point out
your
that
magic on the beast's center.
This particular bit of bad planning on my part. I have no MP. Well. And then Wendy gets a whole bunch of its health back, starts shooting off its fronds or whatever. I am trying to circumvent it by equipping better words. Specifically giving up magic defense for MP recovery. And this goes on quite some time.
Defeating the smaller enemies has no effect on the leader.
You might be pleased to learn, though, that defeating the smaller enemies has no effect on the leader. I learned that. And I kept learning it. Fortunately, you do not have to sit through that fun bit of time that I had. And you just get to see what I learned from it.
Now,
1, have enough
focus your
MP,
magic on the beast's
and 2,
center.
pop a magic drop. 3, don't miss. There we go. Lasers? Lasers. Finally, we get to the lasers. Look, it feels really good to see lasers after you've spent 20 minutes fighting all of its moves.
I'll pin it down!
Yeah, you will.
Its weak point is located around the back. Attack it from above.
Emile!
Emile!
I'll keep it busy! You should be able to attack! From behind! Go around! Get it! Please, hurry!
The lad can take care of himself. We must circle to the creature's rear.
Akane, how you doing? Doing alright? I think I'm okay too.
Move closer.
Oh, nice talking to you.
You cannot harm it from below. You must strike it in the eye.
Yeah. This is among one of the most surreal boss fights.
Are you there yet?
Yeah, we're here. Sorry, good lord. I got distracted. Don't ask by what. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just marveling at this all over again. This really is I'm not sure how to feel about the bullets, to be honest. I got this brilliant idea a bit late, unfortunately. My fight against Wendy will quickly go downhill.
I can't do this for much longer!
Don't worry, Emile, neither can I. Wow, good timing.
Look out! Something's coming!
Yeah, let's try that again.
I'll pin it down!
I don't know why, I just kind of like how he gets knocked down and then immediately teleports into place.
Its weak
without
point
actually
is
being able to
located
get up.
around the back. Attack it from above.
Emile!
Emile!
I'll keep it busy! You should be able to attack! From behind! Go around! Get it!
Okay.
Please, hurry!
The lad can take care of himself. We must circle to the creature's rear. You must strike it in the eye.
I think this would be another good time to mention that again. Wendy is composed of quite a number of shades, and despite being a little bit confused about itself, is remarkably powerful. That's really a testament to how utterly insane our party is.
Are you there yet?
What do you think about it? Because the kid's holding it down just on his own, and we are ripping through its eye thing pretty effectively on our own. Remember to heal this time. If I may extend some pro strategy tips to you, heal when your health is low. Don't get hit, and if at all possible, avoid dying. This is what I learned from fighting Wendy.
I can't do this for much longer.
Thankfully, that was the end of that salvo.
Did we get it?
It is escaping to the inner level.
I'm coming. Gotta catch my breath.
Carefully, Mio. It won't help anyone if we lose you here.
It won't, but maybe you should stay back. Maybe you should go back to the other platform and catch your breath.
Its combined powers are beyond even
Contemplate
my
how you do that without
suspicion.
lungs, and come back to me when you figure it out.
Unless
And maybe
we
just
slay
stay
the
over there for a
core,
while.
all hope
I
is
think
lost.
maybe you should. Maybe. No? Well, I guess it's not your funeral, but... What the fire laser is. So, as I said before, the Aerie's main strength, which we've already passed, is the changed perspective for a lot of the NPC dialogue they're yelling at you. It is not the additional dialogue that you get from the Aerie, far from it. And Wendy itself, as you can see, has very little new to say.
All hope is lost.
In fact, I believe Wendy has absolutely nothing new to say. Oh god!
Come on! Help me take it out!
I'm on it.
I will say this much for hard mode. This felt a lot more climactic, actually having all the shades coming down and me not really being sure if I'd be able to finish this off.
Emil, wait! He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
This ain't good, Sunshine!
I killed innocent people. I killed them all.
But you saved our lives. Didn't you? If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. We owe you. It's all right. Don't look back.
Well, good job, party. Job well done, everybody. MVP Emil, without whom we would no longer be here. And the Aerie probably would. So I guess, by process of elimination, I will see everyone in Facade.